Hello, once again, everyone. I'm your host, Ray Shasho. Welcome to another edition of Interviewing the Legends, brought to you by the Rockstar Chronicles, Series 1, my new book featuring over 45 intimate conversations with the greatest music legends the world will ever know. It's available now at bookbaby.com and Amazon.com. Well, following traditional holiday music back to its roots, Blackmore's Night, Candice Night, and Ritchie Blackmore approach Christmas songs with their own unique styling. On November 19th of this year, they celebrated the holidays with the relaunch of their classic album, Winter Carols, available as a high-quality 2-CD Digipak Edition and digital album. Originally released in 2006, this 2021 version has been carefully remastered and contains these 4 tracks that were previously unavailable in this format. Here We Come a Carolyn, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, O Little Town of Bethlehem, and Silent Night. Additionally, Winter Carols includes a remastered version of their timeless Christmas single, which I love, Christmas Eve. A brand new song, Coventry Carol, is an English Christmas carol dating back to the 16th century, with additional lyrics by award-winning lyricist, vocalist Candice Night, and new musical arrangements by legendary guitarist Ritchie Blackmore. Mastering the mix of rock and folk elements, Blackmore's Nights have always perfected the art of creating music for family, friends, and fans to come together and celebrate. Winter Carols provides the perfect backdrop for the holiday season. Please welcome vocalists, lyricists, multi-instrumentalists, for the traditional folk rock project Blackmore's Night, and wife of legendary British guitarist Ritchie Blackmore, Candice Night, to Interviewing the Legends. Hello, Candice.
Hello. Wow, you said it all. I don't think there's anything left for us to talk about, right?
We're done. Have a nice Christmas.
Thank you and good night.
First of all, I want to say Merry Christmas to you, to Ritchie, Autumn, and Rory.
Oh, thank you so much. The kids are at school, but as soon as they come back, I will let them know that you said that, and we appreciate that very much, and very Merry Christmas to you as well.
You know, this new album and you guys, the way you present Christmas songs in that tradition, you guys should be on network television every Christmas as a tradition. You know, like the Andy Williams show and all the traditional shows. You should be on network television. I really mean that.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. Well, it's so important for us to, to be able to share the music of in our style. I mean, there's so many people out there doing amazing jobs with, contemporary music. And also, this is, like you're saying, an old-fashioned sort of thing. This is the only time of year where you get to hear the like the Bing Crosbys and stuff like that, and Gene Autry. I mean, when's the next time you're going to hear stuff like that? You got to wait till another year. And I love that stuff is timeless and it just never ages. And we're able to really take a step back and enjoy our childhood through the music. And so we like to be part of everybody's family tradition when this time of year comes. If they just play this in the household and they get through the season with our music, that's the most important thing for us. Even if we don't get those TV cameras on us, it's just so nice that everybody, shares the music and the melodies at this time of year that we've created. It warms our hearts.
I heard in a couple of interviews, I guess, Ritchie really doesn't like touring too much. I mean, I could see you guys touring this every year, like kind of like Mannheim's Steamroller or Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I could see you doing that.
Ritchie, well, the thing is, he's been touring since he was 16.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's been a long time coming, but it's not, and breaking touring down to what he loves the playing aspect of touring.
Yeah.
It's the traveling aspect of touring he doesn't like. He doesn't like the, the construction in the hotels that start at 7 o'clock in the morning over your head with the, the hammers and stuff like that, or the maids making noise outside he just likes to get a good solid night's sleep when he goes to sleep. And the only place you can really do that is at home. But but playing for people, that's like, if he can't do that, it's kind of like taking away his breath. It's like, that's his life's blood. He loves playing for people. So as a matter of fact, the last time we were playing, it was 2019. I say, we talk in time frames here. So, we do a lot of the Renaissance medieval stuff. I was
Right.
making some jokes on stage when we would do some songs, and I'd say, well, these are going way back into the BC era, when we would do some stuff. But it used to be BC was before Candice, because we would do gospel songs. Then it was before children, and now it's before Corona. So, so now before Corona, when we were playing over there in 2019, and we had this, we played at this incredible castle, 12th century castle, in this field where the castle walls were just basically hugging around us. And that was our backdrop. And, the moon was rising overhead over the ramparts, and there were thousands of people out there, everybody's singing and dancing. There was so much positive energy. It was just so beautiful and so amazing. And after that, he walked off stage. He's like, that was the last show of that tour. He's like, you couldn't have ended on a better note. Like, that was perfect. Yeah. He said, maybe we should take a little break from touring just for a little while. He's like, we'll just absorb how amazing that was. And maybe we'll just, play, we'll just hang out at home and just like write some songs and take a break from touring. Little did I know how powerful my husband is when he says something like that he shuts the whole world down. Like, we're going to take a break. Everybody takes a break and we're all on lockdown now. Now he is like clamoring to get back out there to tour.
Really?
It's like, when I said take a break, I didn't mean anything like this. I didn't think for 2 years solid we'd be, on lockdowns, but it's nice to see things start opening up again, and that ray of hope, that glimmer of on the horizon. So things are starting to open back up, even though there's these little crazy, the Omicron is out there, and
the variants,
it's still scary.
Yeah.
But now this time of year, we forget all that. We actually had our first little fan show, which we do every single year.
Oh, cool.
And we haven't done it since Corona, but people who wanted to wear masks, they wore the masks. Otherwise, people were distanced, and it was totally safe. And everybody dressed up, and we played all our Christmas songs for our street team members, and people fly in from wherever they are in the country or around the world when they're able to get in, when their country isn't on lockdown. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful night of celebrating what the holiday season should be about.
Exactly.
That friendship, that family, that good feeling. And it's nothing beats that. It's just beautiful.
Your little lockdown show that was live on Facebook, that was awesome.
Oh,
it made
good.
So many people happy, by the way, and you had people from all over the world, weighing in on the show.
Telling you at the beginning, I'm not very good with technology. So apparently whatever, I'm okay if I press a button and I'm trying it out, and it came in live, which was great that people could see us. But how many people said to me, when did Ritchie learn how to play left-handed guitar? Because apparently it flips.
It did, yeah.
I didn't know that. So there's me going, oh yeah, he can play right and left-handed because he's that good. It really was not that at all, but it was just so nice for people to be able to, especially there was so much fear out there, and so it was just so sad. It was like the breaking point of the world. It wasn't even like people dealing with it in their own homes. It was worldwide that we were all together, and so everybody got to come into our sitting room, our living room here. And we would be taking the requests from people. And like you said, all over the world, people were tuning in. And it was so beautiful to be able to play to people and have everybody just keep tuning in. I was reading more and more and more people each time. It was just amazing. So we did that twice. We did that once on our own accord. And once for a news station here on Long Island, where they were having like Zoom sessions that were, musical bands that were doing it. So we did it through them. And I think that's, out of the pandemic, some amazing things can happen. So we were lucky to be able to learn how to do it. So hopefully we'll do some more of that in the future. We're actually looking for tour dates in America now.
Oh, good. Good.
We're looking April, May, and June. Because of course, this time last year, our agent said, oh, we'll look at fall, but then fall came and it's still kind of crazy. So and Ritchie's of a certain age, so we've got to make sure he stays.
Oh no, is he listening?
Always listening. He's always around somewhere. He's like a phantom. Just when you think he's not, he's one of those guys who
that's funny,
hiding behind a curtain or something. But so we're looking into that for the future. But it's like we said, it's a strange thing, because it used to be if you're in a band and you get sick, you recall a cough drop, you get some Robitussin, you kick yourself in the butt, you get on stage, you do what you got to do, you go back, have some tea and go to sleep, and hopefully you're better the next day. These days you have symptoms. you're quarantined, everything
Right.
shut down, 10 days, who are you next to? It's just like, oh my
It's
gosh.
crazy.
And that's without knowing if you can get out of a country, if a country goes on
I
quarantine.
know.
I just don't even know where to begin with this stuff anymore.
I
So
have 5 close family members. I did get COVID, including the kids. My grandkids actually
gosh,
got COVID too, but it was mild case. It wasn't anything scary or anything like that.
thank goodness, thank
Yeah.
goodness. But now it's good in a way because then they have the antibodies in their system, right?
Right.
That can fight it off naturally. So
Yeah.
it's just such a crazy, weird time,
Very strange.
Never would have thought that. I mean, this is literally like living in the Twilight Zone at this point.
Exactly.
Weird, bad sci-fi movie. I'm keep waiting to look up.
It is. It's Twilight Zone.
So,
Make sure when you put together that schedule with your manager or whoever's in charge, put Florida on the map, please.
Florida, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I was just down there with the kids. Ritchie, he stays home. He's writing songs and he's still playing it every day. But I took the kids down there a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Oh, you did? Really? What part?
We were in Orlando.
Okay.
But my daughter, who is basically a mini version of me, not that she'll ever admit that, because as being her mom, she wants to be as fun. We're best friends at the same time, but we're like adventure partners.
Right.
So went right to Crystal River.
Oh, great.
So we took the tour we were staying in Orlando, but then we went over to Crystal River, and what we were doing in Crystal River, of course.
Yeah.
Swimming with the manatees.
Yeah.
And just watching her in the water just go, oh my God, so amazing. And we, when you go on a vacation with mommy, when you go on a vacation with daddy, you stay in the room.
Yeah.
And you look out the window and you see things. When you go on a vacation with mommy, you do everything, you check every single box, and you go, don't need to go back there again. That's right. Next place,
Yeah.
So, but I mean, we did the Pirate Adventure Show, we did Wonderworks, we did, of course, kids, big Harry Potter fans, went to Universal.
That's great.
So we did it all, and then came home and I needed a vacation from my vacation.
I know. It's a lot of walking over there. It really is.
But my Fitbit was very happy.
Good.
I was clocking 10,000 every day.
I'm an hour and a half from Orlando. I'm on the West Coast, south of Tampa, in Bradenton and Sarasota area.
Okay, so are you far from Crystal River then? Because
not too far. Yeah, not too far at all.
So amazing. What a cool thing to be able to just like wake up and go not too far from your home and be able to see such amazing.
We're 10 minutes from the beach, from Siesta Key.
Oh, beautiful.
Mick Jagger just bought a house for his girlfriend about 10 minutes from me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
In Lakewood Ranch.
Richie used to, I don't know how far from you. I know Ritchie used to have a house in Marco Island. So
Marco Island. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was back BC again, before Candy, before I knew him. I knew he had a house over there.
BC, that's funny.
As a matter of fact, a friend of mine who was in WWE, the wrestling. And he moved from Long Island down. Mick Foley, who's Mankind, and I know that he just gave up the Long Island winters to go and stay. He's in Florida now permanently. So you guys are getting a lot of people down there.
Well, it's your turn. You and Richie's turn. The weather would be nice for him.
I know. Even if we're snowbirds, even if something. He used to like going to Altamont Springs, is it?
Yeah, Altamont Springs. Yeah.
And he used to record at Greg Reich Studios back when I first met him with Purple. They'd be writing up in Vermont, and then they'd go down there to do the recording sessions. So very cool. Very cool stuff.
Yeah, Rick Derringer lives close to me. Very close to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll have a lot of people he can talk music with.
There's a lot of guys. The lead singer from AC/DC lives here also.
Oh, gosh. That's great. Yeah. You guys got the weather. You can't beat that.
You can't beat that.
No.
I want to talk about the album Christmas Eve. That's a traditional song that should be around forever. Okay. You guys wrote that. It's a beautiful tune. I love it. And who created the video on that?
We have a company, this guy, believe it or not. Did you ever hear of Magic Quest?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you know my connection with Magic Quest. I'm actually Princess Candice and Princess Amora in Magic Quest and all the Great Wolf Lodges out, throughout the coast. So when I was filming the parts as Princess Candice, I wear a lot of hats. I
know.
characters all the time. Like, just give me something else I can become, and I love it. This weekend I was the Snow Queen at the Dickens Festival in Port
Oh,
Jefferson.
cool. You could be Elsa too.
It's so much fun. What's better than that? You know, throwing on putting some glitter on and you become somebody else.
Exactly.
And then I come back home and I'm doing the dishes and take care of my kids. Like, you know, so it's nice to have an escape. But so we were able to meet this incredible animations guy. His name is Jeff Pickett.
Right.
He flew me over to St. Louis. And so he does a lot of the stuff as far as our videos are concerned here in America.
Yeah.
So he was very, very involved with the Christmas Eve videos that we had done here.
Such a cool video. Of course, you got Santa in there in the reindeer. No Rudolph. Everybody ignores Rudolph for some reason. Only the Rudolph show has Rudolph. Nobody ever puts Rudolph in the, you know, on the sleigh.
So? I'm gonna have to look back at that.
Yeah, I didn't see Rudolph.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
That's not right. Well, the next thing I do definitely has Rudolph focus.
Put Rudolph on there, yeah.
Front and center, that poor little thing. I love Rudolph.
I know.
I'm kind of sad for this generation that everybody knows Olaf and not Frosty anymore.
That's
what
true.
There?
I know. That is true.
So I'm all about, let's bring the spotlight on Rudolph more. I'm working on that. We'll start a movement.
You know, you could definitely work for Disney. You could do so many different characters, you know?
I have so much fun doing it. It's almost too much fun.
Yeah.
A little too much fun. My kids keep saying, "Mom, are you ever going to grow up?" I'm like, nope.
No,
I'm going to embarrass you for the rest of your life. So you're just going to have to deal with it. I'm there in the car listening to my 80s rock stations, banging my head.
That's right.
Like, oh God, help me. I'm like, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. Secretly, they know I'm fun. So
well, I'm living my dream. I interview thousands of my heroes, which is incredible. You know,
what's
I couldn't have asked for anything better.
I get it. I was working for a radio station when I first started, until life gave me this left turn and said, "Hey, you're now going to be a singer." But that's why I went into music. I mean, I literally didn't think I was going to be front and center stage. I was all about, I was at WBAB out here on Long Island for a year and a half. I thought, I was taking courses at NYT out here on Long Island for communications. I had my own radio show, the Rock Candy Cafe. I was playing all the old classics and stuff. And life sometimes has other plans for you, but I wanted to be around music. That was my life. It was my religion. It was my escape. It was my everything. And so I didn't think I'd be creating it. I would do anything to be around the world of it. And so I thought I'd be, working at a radio station.
Right.
But I'm not.
Well, I was a top 40 guy back in the late 70s, but I'm doing my own thing now,
what a great time to be doing that though. Oh my God.
Yeah. Late 70s was a good time for radio,
Fantastic.
You had new wave, you had disco, you had Little Rock, Zeppelin was on the radio. Donna Summer. I was big on Donna Summer. Donna Summer was huge back then. The
Amazing.
Cars.
They had a show. Well, they had a show about her on Broadway before this whole lockdown.
That's right. I'm friends with her husband, Bruce Sudano.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. Wow. He's a good guy. Yeah. He got remarried, by the way, recently. Yeah.
I can't believe you were doing radio in the 70s. What were you, like 12 years old? Like, look at you. You are doing great.
I'm 62, man.
Something right.
Yeah. I'm not 30 like you.
You get to a certain age, you count backwards. That's right.
Yeah, but you look wonderful. I know how old you are because I looked it up, but you look wonderful.
I'm not hiding it. It's out there. I've earned every laugh line. I've earned them all. And makeup is an amazing illusion. So I'm gonna
I don't say any makeup.
Thank
you. Some of my favorite songs. I love Coventry Carol because that's like a 16th century tune from way back. All these songs, all these ancient songs fit the band, perfectly. It's like you guys wrote these songs, it's just perfect for you guys.
It really is. And there's so many of them to choose from. It's so beautiful.
That must have been tough.
Oh my gosh. Well, we still have so many more that are like, sitting around like, we haven't done this. Oh my gosh, what about that? And then there's regional ones from around the world that maybe we might not know in America, but like traditional folk melodies that are for Christmas time or holiday time in like Poland or Czech Republic or England. And there's just such a huge repertoire to choose from. It's a beautiful thing. We love it.
Coventry Carol, God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, another favorite of mine. I love how Ritchie incorporated his electric guitar and Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Oh Come All You Faithful. That was
Oh,
cool, how he put his little electric guitar in there. Huh?
yeah,
That's
he's
very
funny.
clever.
You know what, he's so tasty with when he chooses not only the notes, obviously, but the
Yeah,
instruments that he chooses.
yeah.
It always amazes me because you know, I've seen a lot of other musicians, mainly guitarists, but who, as soon as there's a space, they like to, you know, flood that space with their instrument and their notes, and you can get blown away by it, but sometimes it almost becomes like that, almost like an egotistical thing where it's like, hey, here I am, pay attention to me kind of thing, you know. And with Ritchie, I've been in the studio with him where he has played the most amazing things on electric guitar or on acoustic guitar. And then he sits back and listens to the playback and goes, you know what? Let's take it out and put a recorder in there or a GEMS. And I'm like, whoa, no, because listen to what you just played.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's like, it's not about me, it's about the song.
Right.
You know, and it doesn't feel like it fits right in the song. And so all these incredible things that he's playing are like put aside, and he puts in what he wants, but he sees it really from a different, not so much from a guitarist's perspective, I guess. It's more from like a producer's, I don't even know what, it's probably not even a producer's perspective. It's just like he's looking at the whole of the song, not individual pieces. He wants to make sure it paints the right picture in the listener's heart, I guess. And he has a very strong visual as to how he wants that to go. So it's nice to see someone who's not just, you know, so me oriented, and it's not an egotistical move. It's just he's just doing it for the sake of the song. But when you do hear him like open up on a lot of these songs and play, whether it's just the acoustic or the electric, it's there, it's present, and it's undeniable, and it's brilliant. And I love when he does that.
I think Ritchie is probably one of the greatest guitar players, not because of the electric, because he does both very, very well, and it's especially acoustic.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, he doesn't get enough credit for his acoustic playing because he's incredible.
Oh,
he really
he doesn't
is.
get credit for anything in my book.
You
know, I mean, that's so true. You can have brilliant acoustic players and brilliant electric players, or
not both.
Right, or brilliant players in a specific genre, brilliant
exactly,
country, brilliant rock players, brilliant, but yet he can play.
He can do it all,
and yet still hold true to his identity.
Exactly.
Nearly impossible
exactly
to accomplish all those things. And you should see him on, I don't know if you've ever seen any of the stuff we do in concert, but hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah.
Nobody's playing hurdy-gurdy the way Ritchie does it. He's bending notes. He like takes things apart and puts it back together and rewires things, and he electrifies it. And it becomes this new monster that he can just like tame and like bend notes on, and not a traditional hurdy-gurdy player, and people normally wouldn't be looking at it that way. Or nickel harp he's playing, and so anything that he picks up, he finds to be a challenge. He loves and hates the challenge at the same time, because he likes when things come naturally, and he's not one to like, you know, do the studious work on something. It all has to be by feel, you know, so he feels every instrument, but he's constantly learning, constantly challenging himself on all these instruments. And I've just never seen a musician work like he does, or play like he does. It's not really work because he loves what he's doing. So, but play like he does.
Well, he's a pure musician. Anybody, you know, a lot of people can just pick the electric guitar, and I play electric guitar. You know, a couple of bar chords, you know, and you know, I mean, the punk rock scene was a couple of bar chords. That's it. None of them were, you know. And I'm going to say this. I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but I never thought the Stones were musicians.
Okay.
I don't think they are very good musicians.
You're not getting in trouble by me on that.
and they got away with it for years. But Ritchie, you know, he's a pure musician, man. And like you said, he doesn't get enough credit for it. No, he really doesn't.
And I think it might be because I'm looking from an outside perspective on the music industry,
right? Because
he, you know, his closest friends are you know, are plumbers and electricians and guys who on his car and you know, stuff like that. It's not, he doesn't hobnob, he doesn't, you know, like press palms and rub elbows with the industry insiders. He's met and known all the greats.
Everybody,
best friends with, you know, John Bonham, with Keith Moon, like, I mean, he's got stories about everybody, of people whose paths he's crossed. When it comes down to who he would pick up the phone and call, it's nobody in the music industry.
He's a regular guy. That's what he's a regular guy.
He tells me that he picked up guitar in order to, because he was insecure and introverted.
Right.
Sitting in the room in the dark, looking out the window, playing the guitar, and that's how he got great at what he did. He said, because I did that, now everybody wants to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to anybody because I just like playing the guitar. But because he's not in the right place at the right time and hobnobbing with the right people, he's left out of the loop, which is such a shame, because
it is a shame.
I think he's just absolutely brilliant.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I've interviewed Robin Trower a couple of times. I love Robin Trower, but I asked him, I said, do you ever play acoustic? No, I'm strictly an electric player. It goes to show you. I mean, I admire the guys that, like a Tom Rush, that get up there, they have a story, they play their guitar, Harry Chapin, those guys.
Yes, I love story songs.
And Ritchie does that in your band. And then if he wants to rock out, he can rock out if he wants to,
He has the option, exactly.
Yeah.
That he listens to, let's see, Tony Emmanuel, I think. Tommy Emmanuel it is.
Tommy Emmanuel.
Found him on PBS, on a PBS station. They had something on him. There was a Mountie Montgomery is another person that he found, that he was like looking up and just happened to find it. But again, none of these people who you would see in Rolling Stone magazine.
Exactly.
Or not, you wouldn't turn on the radio and hear these people.
I'm not a fan of Rolling Stone magazine. I never have been. They were maybe back in the 70s or in the 60s, they were good. But when they got political and now they got pop stars on their cover and things like that, nah.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's hard to find like real music journalists or people who are really into music and not just for the fashion and the trend and the fluff of it all. It's just, get all that stuff away and go back to bare bones. And that's the people.
And Rolling Stone always enjoyed putting people down,
Yes.
being a bad, critic. Oh, I only give them 2 stars. And, I'm happy with everybody that I review albums with. And if I don't like it from the beginning, I'll still talk about it. I won't put it down. And,
You're like the bullies of the music industry.
Yeah, they're the bullies of music. They really are,
I think that's what people stopped reading, or stopped listening to them, because it was like, you're going to put everybody down. What's the point?
What's the point? Yeah.
I always say, like with anything, even when Oprah was, had her talk show, my friends used to go, "Oh, did you hear what?" No, I don't watch Oprah. And they're like, "But she said you need to read this book." I'm like,
"Who cares?
Why
does her opinion matter?"
Yeah, why is her opinion more important than my opinion? How did that happen? Because she's on TV. Like,
doesn't make sense.
No, I don't go for that. So we all find our own way, our own path, and we all have our own opinions. And if you like a song and you like a CD, then you like it. And who cares what any of these?
I love music. I love all kinds of music. And I'm not going to put it down, and especially my heroes. You're never going to put your heroes down. You want this music to continue,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're doing it because they love it, especially old school guys are doing it because they love it.
Exactly.
Not for any reason,
That's why I do it. I don't make money doing this. I don't care.
It's for passion.
I just love promoting you guys.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, we love you for that.
Ritchie wrote Winter, right?
Yes, he did.
Awesome tune.
Amazing.
Awesome tune.
Yeah.
Beautifully written.
Have you, just as a side note, I don't know if you've heard, we put out an album called Nature's Light this past year.
Right.
And talking about electric guitar, though, one of the singles that we did a video for was called Second Element, originally by Sarah Brightman.
Right.
Take a listen to his electric guitar on that.
Okay.
Just blow your mind.
Okay.
Amazing and beautiful and just like seriously jaw dropping. But I just want to give you an insight.
Sure.
If you haven't heard that one yet and you like electric, that's definitely one.
Is it on YouTube? Probably. It's probably.
Of course.
You got all kinds of songs on YouTube.
Isn't everything? We're everywhere on YouTube. Somebody's like doing the monetization. I don't know who's making money off that, but it's not us. But we keep seeing like ads coming up. I'm like, I don't know who's getting on that, but okay. But we go on. Just check it out. But that's a really good one. Yeah, we're all over YouTube. We actually have our own official YouTube stations, Blackmore's Night and Candice Night.
I saw that. Yeah.
And then there's somebody who's running a Ritchie Blackmore channel, but it's a fan thing and it has nothing to do with us either. So I don't know what's on there and I can't vouch for it. But the other two, you could definitely find all of our stuff out there.
Cool. You did a Hanukkah song.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, good for you.
Right?
Yeah.
How, because you don't hear that any,
That's right.
lots and
Don't you have some Jewish heritage in you?
that's
Yeah.
me. That's
Yeah,
right.
my father's Jewish. My
Oh,
mom's Catholic, my father's Jewish.
that's what we got that balance here too. So we say we
Yeah.
celebrate everything.
We
Kids love
celebrate
it.
everything. That's right.
Kids get more presents. They love it,
That's
So they're
right.
playing dreidel and getting M&Ms and chocolate, and then Santa comes and they're like more stuff, and
Yeah.
they love it. But yeah, it's a good balance here because yeah, I'm Jewish. Ritchie was born Protestant and then
Right.
along the way wound up spiritualist. So he's like doing the searching thing, which is
Cool.
great. And so we get to celebrate it all. But again, getting back to the music, it was just nice to be able to return some of these songs back to where they were, even before the church took over, and allow everyone. I always felt like, coming from a Jewish background, loving Christmas songs, but maybe not feeling 100% comfortable with singing, praise to someone who I acknowledge the existence and the faith for everyone, but I didn't want to feel left out of being able to sing these songs too.
Right.
So we really kind of return, and Ritchie said, well, these songs have been around. Basically, a lot of these songs are pagan songs about the solstice, before somebody else came in and changed the words and made it about something else.
That's right.
So for us, it really brings it back to the heart and soul of what music should be about, which is all inclusive. If you choose not to like music because it's not your musical taste and opinion, that's fine. But you shouldn't have to be cut out of it, and not be able to enjoy it because it's something that someone believes in, but you don't. And it just became like this weird kind of thing. So we really wanted to return it back to have it inclusive of everyone. We can all sing these songs along together. And that's really, I think, what the spirit of the season is supposed to be about anyway.
Right.
Not excluding anybody or making anybody feel uncomfortable. So we found that most people, unless you're, atheist or agnostic, most people believe in a higher power. They believe in God. So, God is present in a lot of the songs, so we're keeping, all of that's kept within it. But music has its own sort of religious power for me anyway, so it is
a religion. Music is a religion.
Seriously, it's got total faithfulness as far as music is concerned. So it was nice to be able to include a song that was half in Hebrew. I've sung in other languages before. I do it phonetically. Yeah. So whoever's translating, if I mess it up, I could be saying anything. I could be saying a complete moron and not even know it in provincial French. I could be saying it in who knows. But I mean, the good thing is that, I've gotten a lot of really good reviews from people, even from Israel, who've been writing in and saying,
beautiful. Yeah.
Really well played. Ritchie's acoustic on that is amazing.
Very nice.
The vocals and the pronunciation. You
did a great job. You did a wonderful job.
Thank you. And it's nice to be present in a winter carols setting where, again, it's not separated because it's a Hanukkah song. It's, it's a celebration of the season, and we're all lighting festive candles, whether it's the fireplace or the Yule log, or keeping that glow of, around our homes. And so, it's just really about the heart and soul of the season, not about that separation. So I think
the religions are so similar anyway, very similar,
And it's funny because we had our mensch on the bench here that flies around the house, and he kind of went back and forth with the elves came before I don't know. Mensch on the bench it's the Jewish version of the elves, like the elf on the shelf.
Right.
So we kind of back to back to this year. The mensch on the bench came first, and then the kids had to walk around the house and find where he was. Every day he would move, and then now he left when the elves came.
That's funny.
We're just enjoying every step of everything in the holidays out here. So it's all fun, and it's all family oriented. It's beautiful.
Do you have a menorah in the household?
I do. Yeah, the kids both.
And a Christmas tree.
Yes.
We did that.
Yeah, and it's really. I always laugh because the kids sing when they light the candles. It's supposed to say Baruch atah Adonai, right? But my kids have been, since they've learned how to do it, they go Baruch atah Amanoid. So,
hey, it's close enough.
I don't have the heart to change it because I love that.
That's funny.
Just cracks me up. But so now Hanukkah's over, and now we're on to the madness and the melee of the Christmas season. But actually, look, I'll show you. This is how Ritchie is decorated. Look at how beautiful. He
did that, huh?
He does this all himself. We actually, whenever I'm out, with the kids and running into extracurricular activities and stuff. We come home and another little bit is done,
Wow.
in the household, and we have our rainbow lights up. We're not the white light everywhere family.
Right.
We're not that. We're the Addams family at the end of the road. So
Hmm.
we have to have rainbow lights up everywhere, and it's just beautiful. And how can you not feel good when you walk into a house?
You got a pretty good husband there, don't you?
He's not bad. He
You
does the
know?
I mean, I think the main reason I married him was because he likes to vacuum.
Yeah, I know. You told me that before.
Yes. Yes, that was the deal sealer, right there, my friend. Exactly. But you know what I love about these decorations? They're so simple. It's like the paper, I don't know if you can see, there's like the honeycomb paper bells.
Right.
Like nothing is like over the top, like in your face, and nothing's perfect. It's just,
It's not gaudy.
perfect,
Yeah.
perfect in its simplicity.
Right.
It's like we've been using the same garland forever. The rainbow lights come on at night, and you've got the little paper bells around, and it's really like going back
Beautiful.
to when we were all kids, and
Yeah.
seeing through the eyes of the child once again, which is so important.
You got a beautiful house too, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love it.
Well,
I remember.
I'm only showing you this area because behind you is like where all the mess is. So you have cleaned right here, right behind me.
Do you guys still have? You had Ritchie did an interview sitting at a bar, and you had a beautiful bar. Do you still have that?
Like my husband to be at a bar? What? Making that up. Come on now.
You did the interview at a bar at your house, I think. Is that like it kind of looked like a medieval type bar? Is that?
Oh, it's a thing. Yeah, Ritchie. He said he wanted to be the only musician who didn't have a studio in his house, because
Right.
it was so passe. It was so predictable. Everybody had, every musician he spoke to had a studio.
Right.
So instead, he took the whole bottom level of our house here in Long Island, and he transformed it into a medieval dungeon,
Man cave.
massive man cave, bar, pub, Euro pub.
I love it.
Very low lighting, and literally medieval torture devices decorate the walls of the pub. So if I tell you my children will never have any fear of anything, I kid you not, because they go down there and it's like, oh, there's the hatchet from the 1600s. Like, they're just like, and he has like a fake arm, like underneath it, from like Halloween, it's still up there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's got his own foosball table down there, a dartboard, there's a little piano that's like in the corner, and
Just hang out. Yeah.
That is totally his man cave. And
I don't blame him.
He didn't care if we had like any furniture in the house at all whatsoever, as long as the bar was done when we first moved in.
That's me. That's me. I'm the same way.
Priorities. Yeah. I get it. No.
Yeah. Why not? Doesn't Ritchie speak German?
He does.
He speaks fluently, doesn't he?
He does. I think he does, but he understands more than he speaks it.
Yeah.
He can speak it at a push if someone, was wanted to talk to him in it, but he kind of likes to be the person who sits there and has people think that he doesn't understand it, so he can understand everything about him. So he's that guy. He's very sweet. Yeah. He lived there for a few years, way before my time, in Hamburg. And then he was going back there every single year. He feels more at home in Germany than he did even in England after a point. So
really,
it's in his blood. Yeah, he loves it. He said there's something in the soil. Okay, that was my daughter coming home from school. That moment, I had the door locked.
Oh, okay. I have my grandkids are here today. We're watching them. They're in the other room with my wife. They're twins. My identical twin granddaughters. They're both 4 years old. I have 5 grandkids.
Congratulations. Please have your hands full.
I know. We babysit a lot.
Oh, wow.
I love them.
I would have problems. I mean, I'm happy I have 2. Whenever someone tells me, that they have more than 2 or have to watch more than 2, I kind of glaze over. Like, I'm like, you're amazing, because I can't keep up with the 2 that I've got over here. They're amazing. We have so much fun together, but it's it's a lot trying to keep on top of it.
Yeah. But when you have grandkids, it's a totally different story.
That's what I hear. That's exactly what. Actually, my sister just gave birth to her. Well, her husband was married prior, so he's got 2 kids: early 20-year-old,
right,
and I think a 17 or 18-year-old. And then he met my sister. She had twin girls, and she just had her 3rd girl. So now this guy has 5 girls.
Wow. 5 girls.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm not the only, and my brother has 2 girls. My brother who told me when he was in college, when I find the right one, I'm going to have a football team of boys. Girls, I'm shipping them up to you. I was like, I could do girls. No problem. And sure enough, he has 2 girls who are amazing. And I've got the only boy out of all 3, me and my brother and my sister. So,
Wow.
you know, and my boy I am bruised from here down because wrestling and football and mommy's out there trying
He's
to
doing
keep
all that, right? Yeah.
and he's taught me about monster truck rallies and all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of stuff. So,
Wow.
what do they say? Hashtag boy mom, I guess, right? I'm just like
Yeah.
I'm jumping through those flaming hoops. I'm just trying to keep whatever he throws at me. It's usually
Yeah.
like right in the face too, whatever he throws at me. Nerf guns, you know.
That's funny.
Oh, it's funny stuff.
I've been through that.
What a journey. What a journey that is. Actually, he came home and said he wanted to play football. My husband was like, great, and grabbed the soccer ball.
Yeah.
His English football is not our football. And
Exactly.
my son's like, no, dad, like, like, what's wrong with you? Like, football's football. And then there was that discussion.
So he wants to play American football, right?
American football.
Yeah.
And they call him Little Gronk.
Oh, really? Cool.
He's got hands like magnets on the ball, and his back is about this, and he's 9 years old.
Oh my goodness.
That's serious. He comes home running off the bus. He lifts me up and spins
Really?
me like, ooh, he's all muscle, that kid. And my daughter she's all musical. You know, she's playing cello and piano and this is her guitar.
Yep.
She's got like 3.5 to 4 octave range, pitch perfect. It's
beautiful.
Amazing. So I asked her if I could open up for her one day.
It's in the blood.
We do harmonies together, you know, all the time. We just break into song like a musical. It's crazy stuff. But what a great journey. It's so much fun. It's exhausting, but it's so
exhausting. Yeah. There was one time when my son and my daughter, they were both playing, my son was playing baseball, my daughter softball.
Oh,
and to watch them both, they were on 2 separate fields. I got a chair and I sat out in the outfield to watch both of them.
Yeah.
Right in between both fields, just to watch both games happening at the same time, you know?
Oh, and God forbid that you missed something that was really important that one of them did.
Oh, forget it.
You never hear the end of that.
And now we have identical twins. You got to do the same for both of them. Same presence, same everything, same attention span, you know?
But I'll bet, just like my sister has with her twins,
right?
One is so like their personalities are actually so different. Though.
Really?
Huh. Shift maker.
Yeah.
And totally calm. And it's like, it's interesting to watch the whole nature versus nurture, you know, like debate series. So it's an interesting life in general. Isn't it?
It is. It's very, very interesting. I love the album. It's 5 stars all the way. I'm going to promote the heck out of it, man, because I love it. It should be a traditional album for every year. I just wish you guys were on national television every year, like the Andy Williams special or the Johnny Mathis special. It should be Blackmore's Night Christmas special, you know?
Let's keep putting it out there. Maybe the right people will hear it, or the stars will open up in skies, you know, the planets will align.
It should be. I mean, you got the costumes, the music, there it is.
I'm doing my best Vanna White.
Good. Your Vanna White routine.
I could rock that. I could rock Vanna White routine. Why not? But yeah, it's going to be something that we hope to put out every year and hopefully promote every year. And you know, it's going to be, remember that old TV commercial? I think it was a hair commercial. It's like, and they told 2 people. And
I remember that.
And so on.
And so on.
150, maybe everybody will know these songs, but it's just nice for the people and the grassroots following that we have to, you know, to enjoy it every single year. And hopefully they'll tell more people and it'll be out there for more to enjoy.
Oh yeah. I love it. How long did it take to make this album? I mean, it's had to be a while, huh?
Been a work in progress, because the first one that we put out there, you know, we usually have a tendency to do maybe 5 songs, record them, and then we take it because our producer flies out from LA.
Okay.
And so there goes my daughter. And then so just going to the den. But so he, you know, he'll come out, we'll record the songs and do all the instrumentation and the arrangements and stuff like that. Then we have a tendency to take a break for a few months so we can go back and hear it with fresh ears. Otherwise, just the repetition of hearing it again and again. Sometimes Ritchie calls it analysis paralysis, where you start to kind of lose sight as to where you are in the whole thing after hearing it so many times.
Yeah.
But so then we take a break and then we come back in and do another few and then revisit the last few that we did and see if any changes, anything needs to be taken out or put in. And and then adding the new ones, of course, it was kind of the same thing. We actually thought we might even be able to put out a whole new, almost like Winter Carols 2, where we had like the 5 songs that we were going to do, but after the pandemic shut everything down, we weren't able to get our producer back out. So we wanted to make sure everybody had at least the 4-song EP for last. They had some new music to celebrate the holidays with, because the holidays were so strange last year. So that was kind of like our gift of music to them to try to help them get through with some new music. And then to add the new, the extra new one on here and put everything all together was just made perfect sense. So it's been a labor of love for a few years at this point.
Yeah, these should be the new traditional Christmas songs because, well, let's face it, I grew up with Andy Williams and Johnny Mathis and Bing Crosby and all those guys, Perry Como. But how many times can you hear this every year? So you need some fresh blood.
I agree, 100%. You're right.
I wanted to mention real quick, it's 50 years since Montreux Casino burnt down. I saw that on Facebook on the BLACKMORE'S Night Facebook, or it could have been the Ritchie Blackmore Facebook. You guys got so many sites going on. But I just wanted to mention that's when the casino burnt down. It was 50 years ago.
It was 50 years ago.
For Smoke on the Water, when the Smoke on the Water was came from that incident.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That's right. Very scary thing from what I heard. Ritchie was telling me that that Frank Zappa actually said to everybody when the fire was happening, he said, "All right, everybody be calm.
Yeah.
Don't panic." And then he jumped out the window. Still in there. And it must have been terrifying, but thank God everybody was okay. They got out okay. And we got some great music out of it. So
exactly. Yeah.
Good thing to remember, to remember the historic moment.
Exactly. And I want to thank you because I understand you do a lot of charity work, contributions, the Worldwide Fund of Nature.
Oh, sure.
Red Cross. I mean, so many, I'm a big animal lover like you, I'm the same way. So people for the ethical treatment of animals, Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, UNICEF, you're all over the place. And we thank you for that.
Of course.
It's nice when you see, great people like you giving back,
of course. No, I mean, animals ask so little, but they give so much, so we wanted to give them back something in return, especially any place that we could bring attention to it. It's important. So behind me, and I'm like, is that bothering the audio? I need to hear myself talking. It's so loud. Wow. And the guy's like, no, it's okay. So I don't know how that wound up, whatever he could hear, but it was distracting to me too, because you're trying to focus on what you're talking about and there's stuff behind you and it's craziness.
I get some crazy interview. I had Beth Hart, the blues singer Beth Hart. She was cooking while she's talking to me. Roger Fisher from Hart, he's getting ready to ride his bicycle while he's talking to me.
Oh my gosh.
Arthur Brown pulls over on the highway to do the interview with me. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. It's so funny. Nat Sylvan from Genesis Revisited, who was eating his dinner and he's just having his wine and everything while he's Zooming with me, I'm used to it.
It's a conversation.
Yeah.
You're probably relaxed more doing it that way.
It is much better.
So it can open up a little bit more instead of feeling like it's a clinical.
Exactly. Yeah. I like to have fun with these interviews,
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, if you don't have fun doing it, then what's the point of doing it?
What's the point? Candice, here's your final question.
Yes, sir.
I've asked you this before. If you had a Field of Dreams wish, like the movie, to perform, collaborate with anyone from the past or present, who would that be?
Oh boy, that is, well, I don't know how I answered it the last time, but I feel like I'm already doing it with my husband, he's been the one to do it with. I've always been a really big Stevie Nicks fan.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I
can see that.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you've got a better voice though.
Oh, thank you. And I can play the many instruments and then tambourine. And so we could be like the two blondes doing,
You would actually mesh well together, I think you would.
right? That would
Yeah.
be, I mean, I was just brought up listening to her music and just,
Yeah.
I mean, those classics are just, those are timeless too for me. So I love that. That's kind of like, that would be far up there. I would love that, but, but I'm
Cool.
having fun doing what I'm doing with the legend I'm doing it with. So,
Oh
so
yeah. Yeah. Can't go wrong with Ritchie.
we were so
you know?
lucky. Another person would have been Ian Anderson with Jethro Tull.
That would be cool.
Right. But you know what? On our first album, on our
Yeah.
very first debut album, for Ian to be able to be part of that and do Play Minstrel Play,
Right.
we found out it was kind of lyrically based on the Pied Piper of Hamelin.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then getting him to play the flute on it, it was like the perfect melding of like him, his musicianship, and the storyline together, and like, both him and Ritchie on it together, like dueling the guitar and the flute. And when you hear that flute, it is just so Ian,
Yeah,
like it couldn't have been
yeah.
anybody else playing that. So I guess I kind of already checked that off the list, but he has a new album out actually.
He does. I'm going to be interviewing him soon.
We'll send our love and our best regards.
I will.
We're close friends in his family, with him and his family, his wife Shona, and his whole family. And yeah, tell him we said happy holidays and Merry Christmas to him as well. So I actually ordered I'm waiting for his CD to come in the mail somewhere.
Yeah. I've got the link, so I've already got the music, because I'm going to review the album, of course. So
Nice.
I get it first.
Amazing musician he is.
Yeah,
right?
he is.
He must be a great interview, because he's a great speaker. He's a great guy.
I've interviewed over 1,000 people. I mean, from everybody from ELP to the Moody Blues to Ian Gillan from Deep Purple. Anyway, haven't done Ritchie. Ritchie's a tough one, right? It's hard to get a hold of Ritchie.
We'll work on him.
We'll work on him, right?
I got the inside track on him. So,
but Ian's the only guy I would get a little nervous with, because he's so intelligent, and you don't want to look stupid in front of him. You want to ask intelligent questions, and you want to ask things nobody else has asked him, which I always try to do. I talked religion and politics with him at one time. Didn't even talk about the music.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah.
But he probably loved that, because it
He
was
did.
so different than what he's used to answering. So
He
that's
did love
great.
it. Yeah, he says he carries the Bible and the Quran in his phone. He's got
Really?
both. Yeah.
Look at that. So
Yeah.
did he tell you about his, is he still with the cats? Was it Bengals? He's got some sort of cat that he was raising for a while there.
Yeah, he loves cats.
Yeah. Charity. And I know that at one point he was growing really, he had like these obsessive like hobbies. I think he was doing the hot chili peppers at one point, that he was gardening. Like he was like really obsessively like gardening with these hot chili peppers. And before that he was collecting guns. Did you hear about like?
No, I didn't hear about the guns. Huh.
Yeah, that was our first main problem, because apparently when he had this incredible gun collection, like
I didn't know that.
guns and like hundreds and really amazing things. And so when we asked him to record Play Minstrel Play with us, we were like, well, what can we give him? I mean, money, you pay somebody, but it's like we kind of wanted to make it special and give him some sort of gift,
Yeah.
So we found this, it was like a replica of a gun from the 1800s or so, like really like old school. And we're like, oh, let's do this. We'll send it over to him.
Sure.
Be a different, like sort of like a thank you, like a different sort of gift. So he has that. It's in transit, and this was back in 1997, I think. And about maybe 3 days before it arrived at the customs point, there was a horrible shooting that went down right in this area, like in England, North England, I think it was like Scotland area.
Right.
So, of course, now customs is like confiscating any guns and will not let any guns through.
Man.
So there's our present.
You never got it.
They're like, Mr. Anderson, you need to come down and clear this yourself.
Oh,
So he had to now bring all of his pistol permits and his identity. And I feel like it wound up being like more trouble.
Oh no.
And we're like, we didn't mean to cause a problem. Like we just wanted him to like, hey, here you go, like delivered from the postman, whistling and on his way. Oh no, it wound up it was quite a problem for him to be able to get.
Oh
this.
gosh.
And then they're like, why are they sending you guns? It's like, oh no.
Yeah, why are they sending you guns? Exactly.
Really not the result that we were going for at all.
Oh my
From
gosh.
that point on, I think he got rid of all the guns and started growing hot chili peppers.
You drove him to the hot chili peppers.
I think we might have done that, but it was
Oh my
all meant
gosh.
as a compliment and a good thing, and wound up just making a turn for the
Yeah.
worse. So, but that's our story from back, trying to get, we've learned not to give gifts anymore. That's it. It's gonna be bridges from now on.
He's a great interview though. He'll talk and he's wonderful, and
Like I talk and talk and talk.
and the other thing, he's my hero. That's the other thing, when you get like that amongst your heroes.
Yeah.
Usually I don't, like the Beatles, I wouldn't care, for some reason. If I talked to Paul McCartney, I probably wouldn't even talk about the Beatles.
Right.
It's all been done already, let's talk about something else. But Ian Anderson, I grew up with Jethro Tull, and it's
when you care, it becomes
exactly
a level. I get it completely. When I'm around the presence of people who I look up to, and in the industry, entertainment industry, I call myself Jello girl. I literally in the corner and I can't form words, and I'm like I can't like it's not a good sight. And I had to, when I actually wound up meeting Stevie Nicks at one point and did one of those I need the wall to hold me up things, it was like backstage behind one of her concerts, and my friend who had gotten me back there, who her brother-in-law was working a music programmer at a radio station, so she got me the backstage passes, and she was there with me and literally had to wedge herself between me and the wall.
Oh, gosh.
One of those pushing me into her face kind of thing, where I was like
so funny.
Could not speak. It's terrible. I can't form words. And I find if I do, then it just comes out like this incredible adrenaline energy burst of where I can't stop. And it's like that nervous energy of can't stop talking. And then I always walk out going, oh my God, why did I do that? Exhausted from the whole experience. I'm better off not meeting anybody.
Isn't that crazy? That is so funny.
In a closet for a year now, just detox from that moment.
Oh my gosh. My wife and I followed Eric Burden after a show. It was Eric Burden, Alvin Lee from 10 Years Afterwards, and we followed him to his hotel. I had my guitar with me, and Alvin Lee actually played my guitar backstage, and he autographed it and everything. So we started talking to Eric, and it was just me, my wife, and Eric, and he was signing out of the hotel. So I introduced him to my wife, and he looks at my wife's necklace. It was like a jade or something like that. He says, "Wow, this is beautiful." He says, "Where does this come from?" And out of nowhere, my wife says, "Well, my dad's Chinese." Her dad's not Chinese. My dad's Chinese, and he gave me the necklace. He's from Kentucky. He's as southern as can be. I said, "What are you talking about? Why did you say your dad's Chinese?"
My God.
You say crazy things,
It's so funny though.
It's unbelievable.
I could just see slow-mo,
That was the look I gave her. I said, "What are you doing?" Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I was backstage once with Jerry from Jerry and the Pacemakers. My buddy Tom, we were back there. The Trogs were back there. Badfinger. It was a kind of a British invasion type thing. And my friend Tom starts talking with a British accent to Jerry. Same thing. I said, "Why are you talking with a British accent?" Why do these people do these things?
It's temporary insanity. It literally just takes over your mind. I don't know. But then afterwards, you're in regret mode for how long? You're like, "Oh my God, why did I do that? Why did I say that?" It's such a funny phenomenon. I don't know. Nerves are a very strange thing. They just take over.
My wife's like that. I've got her to meet Petula Clark, and she gets a little Engelbert Humperdinch. It says, but she's funny because she's I call her Lucy. She's like a Lucy. And she's originally from Kentucky, and she's got that Southern accent, and she's funny, but she just gets like that, and you guys would hit it off.
We have to go. We'll have to go out for drinks or something.
There you go. Next time you're in Florida, huh?
Totally. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You guys have to come swimming with manatees with me.
Oh, you know how many manatees died this year in Florida? Did you see the number?
I did. It's terrible.
Oh my God. I don't understand why. I thought they got that under control,
Yeah, wasn't it? It was something with the food, something, I'm trying to think of what I read. Wasn't it something with the food and algae or something with the food that was
Yeah,
coming?
I don't think it was the boats this time.
No, no,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, they're pretty well protected from that, but oh my gosh. So everybody's having a hard time, us and the manatees.
and the manatees.
Ugh.
Yeah,
At
and then
least we
we,
get to enjoy Christmas though.
yeah, and we just lost a dolphin from Clearwater, the one from the movie.
Oh
Uh,
no.
yeah,
Oh, I'm
the
so
one that
sorry.
had the artificial fin
Oh
from that
yeah,
movie. I forgot the name of the movie. What was the name of the movie?
not sure.
And yeah, he was in Clearwater, and he just passed away recently. The
Oh, I'm
little
so sorry
dolphin.
to hear
Yeah.
that. So sad.
Candice, thank you so much for being on the show today. You're wonderful. You're one of
Oh,
the great interviews of all
oh,
the thousands I've ever done.
oh my
You're
goodness.
such a
Thank
wonderful
you.
person, great personality. You're so bubbly and positive. I love it.
Thank you. I
Thank
really
you so
appreciate
much. Good luck with the Christmas album. It's fantastic. 5 stars. I love it. Can't wait to see you guys in Florida.
Yes, definitely. Let's make this a holiday classic. We're all going to work on that
Holiday
and
classic. Yes.
enjoy it and enjoy the twins and all your
Thank
grandkids
you.
and
Thank
your
you.
wife.
I'll
See?
get in charge. I'll get in contact with the network so we can make
Oh,
this
that,
happen once a
do what you
year.
got to do. You do what you got to do. Spread the word.
Exactly. I want to say
Spread the
special
word.
thanks to Carol Kay of Chaos
Definitely.
Productions for arranging
Yeah.
this interview with Candice Night. And you
Yeah.
can get Blackmore's Night remastered and enhanced edition of their classic album, Winter Carols. It's available now at Amazon.com. And you can get a hold of you guys at www.blackmoresnight.com. You're on Facebook, Instagram, all over YouTube, Twitter. Did I
Tumblr.
leave out anything?
Night.com. Oh my gosh. No, there's 3 Facebook sites, Ritchie Blackmore, Blackmore's Night, and Candice Night. There's 2 .com sites, Blackmore's Night. Doubles is Ritchie Blackmore and Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, as well
Rainbow. Yeah.
as CandiceNight.com and Instagram. We've got the Blackmore's Night, Candice Night, Ritchie Blackmore, and Twitter, Blackmore's Night, Candice Night, and then 1 Tumblr site, as far as I know. So, everything else is unofficial, but those
Unofficial. I hope they don't come out with any more social media sites. We've got enough.
I don't think I can handle TikTok.
I can't either.
I don't think I'm going to even approach that. So we've got our hands full with all of these.
Candice, Merry Christmas. Happy
Thank you.
Hanukkah.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for joining us today. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you. Have a great holiday season and see you next year.
Okay. Bye-bye.